everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan, and today I'm going to be talking about episode 2 of Not Available for Work on Hulu, so let's get into it. Have I said I've loved the show? Because if I haven't yet, I love the show. The show is so good, it makes me laugh, it's very heartwarming, and I love all the characters, basically. So at the beginning of the episode, we find out that the girls learn that the guys snitched on them in order to get them kicked out of the apartment complex. I don't know why, but it reminded me of I'm trying to think, what happens in Vegas, for example, where it's the two guys and two girls and they're trying to go against each other. And I don't know, I kind of have that vibe where it's the guys against the girls, and it's all fun and games and everything. And I just absolutely love that. I love, drama that happens at, an apartment complex. Or maybe, a neighborhood, because everyone has their, little thing based on who lives in the area. And it's always fun to see, the tattletaling, the I don't want to say, harassment, but, in a good way. Just all the fun and the bickering and everything. That, if you don't know about it, or you don't know about it unless you, live there. And so that's what I love, when they go back and forth. I love banter, I love, sparring, and when the 5 of them are in one scene, I absolutely love it. There's so many good dynamics and duos in this series that I just don't even know, I want to root for all the characters, but there are some people that I want to see, potentially grow into, or, a romantic relationships. One of the first ones is I noticed that Josh and Elena's tension when they were at the bar at dinner. And I was just oh my gosh, there could be, something there in terms of a potential love interest. But I also like the idea of, him and AJ potentially getting together since they have hooked up in the past. And then I really like AJ and Davis. I don't know if I would want them to, date, but I love how they're, similar and they're team-oriented people. They just want to do good, and I love their work dynamic. I just absolutely love it. And so even though he's so psyched about going to dinner with her, I'm oh gosh, because I kind of want to see Abby and Davis together. I know they're kind of different, but with him saying how beautiful she is, he's if you aren't going to take the shot, then I'm going to take the shot. And I was ooh, that'd be a really cool dynamic to see Davis and Abby together. And you have Abby and Kel, and you have Kel and that girl at the school who had showed interest, but I really want to see AJ and her boss. And so there's just so many different dynamics. And then you have Abby and her client, and it's just, oh my gosh, it's so good that I don't know who I want to see potentially together, because there's just so many different dynamics that you could do. Even Josh and Elena would be a great growth one. You could already see the growth in Josh a little bit, even with him and AJ in the elevator. When she talks about, oh, maybe you should be helpful, you should take your own advice and being helpful. And so I like how the characters intertwine and each other's presence is helping them grow. One of the things I wrote down is community. I remember going to school for teaching, and one of the things we talk about is building a community within the classroom. And so I noticed a lot of these characters are trying to find their community. Abby mentioned it to AJ on the very first episode about hey, try to make friends where you're working at, or try to, meet people. And, AJ's trying to find her community in living in this new city and having her best friend be kind of that focal point. Same with Josh, he's trying to find a new community in the work that he's doing. And then Kel is kind of experiencing that too, because he is now transitioning of different careers. Whereas Abby and Davis, help balance them out, whereas they're kind of already experienced a little bit in their field, maybe a year or two ahead of the other 3, but they're still growing to figure out that next step, or how to get promoted, or how to become better. But they've already kind of had that foundational experience that the other 3 are having. And so I thought it was just really cool that I feel underneath everything, the show's also kind of about, building community, because then you have the community within the apartment complex. They're learning, both the guys and the girls are learning how to live together and to commingle within this community. And so that was one of the things I got from this episode was everyone is trying to find their community or extend their community. And Josh even said to AJ, he's like, Davis's number one thing is spending time with his friends. You know, spending time or making time for the people that are important in your life. And I thought that was really cool too. And I think so there's so many cute, lighthearted moments and lessons per se that you could take from this show, I think, out into the real world. And I think a lot of people are trying to find the community or feel alone, you know, just like Davis is. And so I just feel like there's a lot of relatability within each character, and it's just so refreshing to see a show like this, because I think shows like this are needed to help reflect what is kind of happening in society right now for young people. One last thing, I could not stop laughing when Davis was chugging the water and like missing his mouth in the conference room when they were running back from printing off the packet that they needed for the conference meeting. Oh my god, I was dying laughing so hard. And then like with him and AJ like on the bike, like there were just like those cute like authentic moments that it's just so funny. This show just cracks me up based on everyone's personality and how they react to things. But I like how they're all like leaning on each other, and I like how, yeah, I just love all the dynamics and everything. And I think I love the scene with Josh and his colleagues at dinner. And I don't even know if she'll ever know, Elena, that she left her phone. That's the only reason that he knows to go to the restaurant, is because she left her phone in his vicinity. So I wonder if that will ever come to fruition. Because I didn't realize also too that AJ was going to confront or spill the beans about her and Josh hooking up to him. He's like, oh, I forgot to tell you. Like, I should tell you this. And then Elena finding the break room all clean with all the drinks. So, and then Josh getting accepted into the group chat. So, I don't know, it's looking really cool, and you can kind of already see the growth of some of the characters, and I can't wait to see what the next episode brings and the next adventure for these characters. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.